Welcome. Welcome to the United States of America.
Well, the white South Afrikaners have arrived, and Trump and MAGA are rolling out the motherfucking red carpet. But let me tell you something. The rest of us, we don't want you here. We don't like you. We don't respect you, nor do we need you. Take your motherfucking ass back where you came from.
So South African farmers are fleeing to America because they allege that they are dealing with violence. And I'm confused because Donald Trump just gave them a fast track to become a U.S. citizen.
Y'all, don't worry about these white South Africans coming here. They about to be the new help. You heard me. They are about to be the new help. They got rid of all the people tending the land. All the immigrants that were tending the land are gone. So what they about to do, replace them with the white South African workers.
So let me get this straight. Trump banned Muslims, caged black and brown kids, and called Haiti a shithole. But somehow he's rolling out the carpet for white South Africans, who, mind you, claim they're being oppressed by the very people that they oppressed for generations.
Good morning. This is for the South Africans who are going to be entering the United States. This is just a public service announcement. I just wanted to make you aware that the black people who were students during apartheid, we're grandmas and grandpas now, and we have the ear of Gen Z. One more thing. I also want to let you know that our president, he has Secret Service, and you will not. I also want to tell you that black people over here are empowered. I just want to, these are just public service announcements. When you get here, sit your ass down and don't touch nothing, because you don't have Secret Service.
Afrikaners have arrived to the United States. If you don't know who are Afrikaners, let me catch you up to speed. These are descendants of white colonialists from the apartheid era. Now, this world is not fair, y'all. When did the oppressors become the privileged? Because the United States government has been actually canceling any kind of refugee status. They have not been receiving any kind of refugees, claiming that refugees are coming into the country to compete with resources that Americans need. But there is an exception if you are white, of course, because this group of refugees that is coming from South Africa, these are white South Africans. Now, a lot of people are calling this double standards because the government has been deporting a lot of Latinos and illegal immigrants. They have gone to the length of even deporting, immigrants with green cards and those who are actually born in the country. They are looking at a way of actually revoking their birthright citizenship. What do Black America have to say about this? Because these are descendants of colonialists coming from another country into their country. Let's talk about it. My name is Joel Mugisha, your presenter for today. If you are new, kindly consider subscribing, like that video, and share it with your friends and family. Don't forget to drop me your opinions. Let's take a look.
Okay, I'm a little bit confused. So let me try to put the motherfucking pieces together. Now, you have ICE raids happening left and motherfucking right. You even went above and beyond to have some strong control over the border. Then you had raised like a son bitch to a motherfucking point. Y'all ended up deporting American fucking citizens. But it is absolutely oh motherfucking K for y'all to bring over a plane load full of South Africans. But here's the crazy part. We only okay the white ones to come over here, not the black ones. The black ones was completely excluded in this little plan that he had of bringing some South Africans over here. He only brought over the white ones. He only okayed the white ones. So with that being said, to all of the South African white people that just crossed over into here, I would like to say congratulations. Because now I do believe it will be y'all motherfuckers that will be working them fields out there. Because like I said, the motherfuckers that's out here screaming make America great again, oh honey, they're not stepping their asses out there in the fields. But they swear up and down they want to make America great again. They're not gonna do it. Us black people, oh, definitely not motherfucking doing that. Evidently, you can read back in the fucking history about that one. Hispanic people, oh, they're definitely not doing that shit. Neither are the Asians, neither are the Arabics. So with that being motherfucking said, are y'all ones that's crossing over here, you South African white people, are y'all gonna be the ones that's gonna make America great again? Are y'all gonna be the one that's out there that's gonna be working the motherfucking fields and building these fucking houses and shit? Because I don't know about y'all, but I'm sick to motherfucking death going to the goddamn grocery store and half of our shit is about damn near rotten because we ain't got motherfuckers picking that shit. So with that being motherfucking said, welcome to motherfucking America. It's your time to shine. Because guess what? We're not making America great again. We're not.
Well, the white South Afrikaners have arrived, and Trump and MAGA are rolling out the motherfucking red carpet. But let me tell you something. The rest of us, we don't want you here. We don't like you. We don't respect you, nor do we need you. Take your motherfucking asses back where you came from. We are going to treat you like you treated those South Africans, the black South Africans. Because you have no goddamn skills. So what do you intend to do while you're here? We don't need any more farm owners. They're suffering as it is. And Trump has already deported all of the migrant workers. So your no skilled asses are going to actually have to work the goddamn farms. Unless you're waiting on Elon and Daddy Trump to take care of you. So now you're in for a big ass shock because they're sending your asses to Idaho and Ohio. You're going to have to work 2 or 3 jobs just to motherfucking survive here in the United States. So motherfucking welcome to America. Now take your stupid, entitled white asses the fuck on. Toodaloo.
Y'all, don't worry about these white South Africans coming here. They about to be the new help. You heard me. They are about to be the new help. They got rid of all the people tending the land. All the immigrants that were tending the land are gone. So what they about to do, replace them with the white South African workers. Y'all gonna be working to feed black folks. As y'all should. Get y'all asses over here and do y'all goddamn job. Y'all think y'all getting away from us. Y'all not. Y'all just gonna be working for us. Come on in the room. See, Trump knew he couldn't get our asses out there. There's no way in hell you're gonna get black folks out there to work no kind of land. He could say, hey, these South Africans are being suppressed. Their land is being taken away from them. They need to come over here and seek retribution. And get y'all asses in the field where the fuck y'all belong. Make sure y'all picking every fucking vegetable and don't miss out on anything. Y'all not getting away from black folks. Y'all gonna be around us a lot more. And unlike the ones in South Africa, we don't give a fuck. You're not gonna be able to call us colored. You're gonna get your dome rocked. So be careful, tread lightly. And remember, we don't see you as African. We see you as colonizers of an apartheid. Welcome to America.
So let me get this straight. Trump banned Muslims, caged black and brown kids, and called Haiti a shithole. But somehow he's rolling out the carpet for white South Africans, who, mind you, claim they're being oppressed by the very people that they oppressed for generations. This is not refugee policy. It's plantation nostalgia, dressed up as immigration reform. This entire push to rescue South African farmers is built on a narrative, not facts. Yeah, there's some violence in South Africa. Yeah, some white farmers have been attacked. But the majority of the victims, they're not white. And the attacks aren't racially targeted. They're part of a broader crime crisis. South Africa has deep issues, yes. But this ain't some ethnic cleansing of white people. This lie got amplified by conservative media, white nationalist forums, and people who think land redistribution is oppression. When really, it's just justice knocking on the door. So let's be honest about what this really is. It's America offering comfort to people who feel uncomfortable with equality. That's it. Because these so-called refugees are being fast-tracked for protection. Black asylum seekers from war-torn nations are being detained, deported, and ignored. They're not being offered farms and safety. They're being offered ice and silence. This has never been about safety. It's about whiteness being treated like it's in danger anytime it's not in power. But here's what we're not going to do. We're not going to let people run from the consequences of apartheid, land here, and act like they're victims of a woke world gone mad. No. You don't get to gentrify racial trauma across borders. You don't get to weaponize your discomfort with progress and call it persecution. And if you're feeling displaced by land reform, good. because the land wasn't yours to begin with. So if you think Trump's weak attempt to play savior gives you the green light to come over here and start disrespecting people, think again, because the rest of us, we don't play like that. Go find you something safe to do, because bringing apartheid to a new zip code is the fastest way to find out this ain't the America you thought you were walking into. Stay safe.
I just came up here to talk shit about y'all president because I'm just trying to figure out why he's letting the white South Africans into the United States, claiming that they are refugees and that they are oppressed. If you know anything about the history about the apartheid, you will know that that is absolutely not true. White South Africans own 70% of the land in South Africa because they were what? Say it with me, class. Colonizers! You lent liquors. Okay, so now they're coming over here, but Consuela and Enrique, they gotta go. I was watching a debate from 1956 and 1957. There was 4 students debating, one from Nigeria, one from Ghana, one from Ethiopia, and one from South Africa. And you know what they were debating? About this apartheid. I don't know why it's so hard for white South African people to acknowledge the fact that they stole some shit. I pray that they are freed from the chains of being a colonizer, because y'all did.
So this post is specifically for the people of color, black and brown, who are Trump supporters. Yesterday, he imported 49 white Afrikaners, giving them express refugee status, protective immigration status in America, under the fake claim that they are undergoing a genocide in South Africa. That's a lie. White Afrikaners still control the majority of the land in South Africa, and they still have retained the majority of the wealth. Americans, our tax dollars, funded their flight. They're going to receive housing on your dime. They're going to receive clothing. They're going to receive food, everything they need to sustain life in America. All while he's deporting brown and black people who have also gone through the immigration process, who have green cards, who are here legally. Don't y'all know this man is a Klansman? And he is showing you today that this is America, triple K to the A. Wake up.
Alright guys, there's a reason why this video is based on black Americans reacting to this, because South Africa and the United States of America kinda have a similar story in terms of, black oppression. We all know about, the slavery and the oppression against black people that happened in the United States, and we also know, if you don't know, South Africa has a similar kind of story where white people came from Germany, France, and they came to South Africa, they found black people there, and they kind of colonized them. And if you don't know about the apartheid era, you can go read about it, because this is like the days of segregation in the United States, because this is when, in South Africa, you could go to a beach and the beach will say no black people allowed. That is, apartheid for you. And mind you, this is an African country. Can you believe this? This is an African country. This is different from the United States, because we all know that black people were brought into the Americas as slaves, and some black people are gonna, check me on this, because they do say that black people actually originally were in the Americas before white people came and started enslaving them. Well, we can argue, we can agree to disagree, and you can read about it. I'll do more research about it, but now this is a similar case. Now, the problem with these Afrikaners, these white South Africans, they are descendants of, the white colonialists from the apartheid era. Now, what's happening in South Africa? In South Africa, the government is trying to bring equality. In other terms, they're trying to initiate DEI. you know, like what you had in the United States that Donald Trump just revoked. Yeah, that's exactly what they're trying to do. And the government is doing this by the court of law. They're not even doing it, you know, by force, as these people are claiming to be persecuted. They're trying to do it by the court of law. They're trying to get it as law, you know, passing it through the courts. And they're trying to make companies, you know, do hire 50%. You know, if you have 50% white employees, you should have 50%, you know, black employees, because especially in management positions, because we find that in South Africa, like, you know, 70% of the economy in South Africa is being controlled by the white South Africans. You know, this is unacceptable in a country that is a black country, in a country in Africa. You know, if it was Spain, if it was France, if it was, you know, the United States, if it was even the United Kingdom or Germany, this would be unacceptable, of course, because, you know, you cannot accept, there is no way in Europe, in a European country, they can accept, you know, 70% of their economy to be controlled by black people, the minority of the community. Now, this is what's happening in South Africa. And this all leads back to the apartheid era, where these white people came and they stole all the land, especially most of the farmland. They stole it. They took it from black people. And South African government is trying to take it back, but they are not trying to do it by force. They are trying to do it through the court of law. We have seen videos of South Africans saying, you know, these South Africans that are running to the United States are actually the poor white people, not the rich white, because the rich white man in South Africa has no business coming to the United States and start over. He doesn't want that. He wants to keep on holding, you know, on to his wealth in South Africa. But now the poor white South Africans who have nothing, they saw it as an opportunity to run to the United States and come look for better opportunities, because, you know, they are no different to the oppressed or the segregated or the South African blacks who have no opportunities. Now, what do black people have to say about this? Because we've seen a lot of black people, you know, react hilariously that, you know, you white South Africans, you are welcome because you coming here to work for us. Because Trump knows that there is no black people, there is no black American or African American who is ready to work in the farms. We all know the situation with the farmlands in the United States. They deported all the farm labor because 90% of the farm labor was constituted by, you know, Latinos and illegal immigrants. Now they're looking for people to work there because they thought black people would work there. But we all know what happened in the past with black people picking cotton in the farms. You know, black people cannot do that job anymore. They cannot even do any farm work anymore unless they are farm owners. You know we have farm owners who are black people. Now they are looking for cheap labor. This is what they are looking for. They are looking for people who will come and work in the farms. This is what actually Donald Trump is importing. He is importing cheap labor from South Africa in white people. He is so full of himself that he doesn't want to allow Latinos and all these immigrants to work in those farms. He's looking for, you know, solution, and his solution seems to be, you know, these white South Africans coming from South Africa. But they're lying. There is no genocide happening against white people in South Africa. That is a lie. You know, we can do research. You can do research and find out about it. That is what they're claiming. And also, there is no oppression against, you know, palm-colored people in South Africa. That is, again, another lie. If you go in South Africa, you go into the Cape region, you'll find that it is the palm-colored people who actually, you know, segregate against people of color in their own country. It's unacceptable. I understand why the ANC South African government, that is a party which Nelson Mandela was part of, and I understand why they're trying to do this, and it's acceptable. You know, it's their country. They are the majority. They need opportunities. You cannot actually be ruling and owning and controlling the economy, yet you are the minority. And mind you, all that you got from stealing. You did not even get it legally. So yeah, black people in South Africa need to get and gain control of their own resources. Let me know in the comment section below, guys. What do you think about today's episode? What do you think about, you know, these white South Africans former descendants of white colonialists in apartheid era in South Africa coming to the United States. What is your opinion as a black person? Let me know. Drop your comments. I'm Joel Mugisha, your presenter for today. If you're new, kindly consider subscribing, like this video, and don't forget to share it with your friends and family. As always, see you on the next episode.